Energy with Miss Shoemaker. And today we're going to be learning about energy, and there's 3 forms of energy. We're going to talk about the 3 forms of energy, and then next week we're going to talk about each one on different days so that we can learn all about energy. So there's lots and lots of energy all around us. Energy is what it takes to do work or cause a change. So you have to have energy to do work or make a change happen. Like when we said change from solid to liquid, there has to be some kind of energy that makes that change happen. So there are 3 different kinds or forms of energy. You shouldn't be playing with your books or your pencils or your legs or anything. You should be listening. One is light. Light is a type of energy that you can see. It travels in a straight path and allows us to see the things all around us. Where do we get on Earth our main light from? Corbin?
The sun.
The sun. Now it looks like the moon at night gives us light, but it doesn't give off light. It's actually the sun bouncing its light off the moon, and we can see the light shining from the sun to the moon. And we'll talk about that a little bit more later this year. But we get most of our light from the sun. When we're in a room, we get what's called artificial light that comes from our light bulbs, right? From our light bulbs. That's where your lanterns, if you're camping, those are artificial light, or a flashlight, or your phones that have a flashlight on them. Okay, so that's one form of energy. Another one is heat. So when we have a solid that goes to a liquid, remember we have to add heat to make it change. So that's the kind of energy we use, heat, a type of energy that you can feel. Okay, light can cause heat energy. So you can use a candle, right? Candle's light. And you can use the heat from the candle to melt something. Or it melts the wax on the candle. Adding heat can make things melt. So light we see, heat we feel. Okay? Sound, what do you think? What sense do we use for sound? Cooper? Light we see, heat we feel, sound we hear. That's right. A type of energy that you can hear. This energy is made when something vibrates. So whenever you're playing guitar, you have the strings, right? You make the strings vibrate. And that makes the sound you hear in music. So that is one example of how sound is an energy that we can hear. So there's 3 kinds: light, heat, sound. So the first thing we're going to do in our energy book here, you're going to write your name. And then you're going to go to the first page. Okay, so our first one, what was the first one we learned about? It's one that you can see. What is it, Inslee? But what kind of energy is that called? No. Light. So let's write light. L-I-G-H-T. I-G-H makes the I sound in light. Light. Now you're going to draw an example of it. Inslee already told us one example, the sun, or a light bulb, or a candle, okay, or a flashlight. You can draw any of those examples right here, and I want you to label it. So if you want to do a flashlight, you could draw a flashlight with the light coming out, and you can write flashlight. Or if you wanted to draw the sun, and you could do sun, or you could draw a lamp, or you could draw a candle, or a light bulb. No, you got to draw the sun because that's what gives us light. Here's my light bulb. Light bulb. Okay. You can, but you have to label both of them. You have to put the word that goes with them so I know what you drew. You don't need to draw everything I drew. Just draw 1 or 2. Those are just examples, but you have to write the word that goes with it so I know what you're talking about. So I know what your picture is. Okay, the next one. What's the next energy we talked about? The one that you can feel. The one that you can feel, Xavier. Heat. I'll back out here in a second. Okay, heat. So what would be an example of heat? Emma? Well, light is another kind of energy. Heat. What's an example of something that puts off heat? What's something that makes things hot? Heather? The sun gives us heat? Yeah, it does. The sun gives us heat and light. That's crazy, isn't it? It does both. What's another thing? A stove. So you could draw a stove. Here's my stove. You can do stove. Or a fire. So here's my fire. Fire or a torch. Yep, you could draw a torch. Or a candle. A heater, a bonfire. Lissa? A heater. Just make sure you write the word that goes with it. You only have to do one. You only have to do one. You could do fire, stove, sun, a candle, a torch, a heater. Something that gives heat. Huh? Yes, you can do two if you want. Just as long as you write the words that go with the picture. Sound it out. All right, one more. We have light energy, heat energy, and one more. What's the last one? Blaze? It's right here, honey. Nope. It's something we hear. Energy. We have light, we have heat, and we have what, Wyatt? Sound. Sound. What's an example of something that gives us sound energy? Sound energy. Corbin? Mouse. Okay, comes from the mouth because what vibrates, is our cords right here, right? Okay, so you could do a mouse. Okay. What else gives us sound, Lily? Music. So what's a musical instrument that gives us sound? A drum. So you could draw a drum. Drum. Okay. What's something else? Gracie?
Guitar.
A guitar. I knew you were going to say that. Guitar. A radio. You could do radio. Fire doesn't, it does a crackling sound, but it's not a vibrating sound.
I know. A mouse.
Okay.
Seashell.
Seashell doesn't really give us sound. It's just the air moving into it. Do a musical instrument, mouth, radio, TV. Pick one of those or two of those and put it. A piano would be good. A piano would be good. Boys and girls. Fireworks? Well, yes, that does produce sound energy. Okay, that's it. I want you to pick one and draw it and write a word. Pick one or two things, draw them, and write the word that goes with it. Then I want you to put these in your yellow folder because we're going to need them on Monday. Do not put them in your black folder. Put them in your yellow folder.